Welcome back. Another possible side effect of the pandemic is lowering developmental milestones for our children. The CDC recently updated several recommendations, pushing some benchmarks for speech, reading, and other milestones to older age groups. So joining us now is occupational therapist Danielle McDaniel with Little Wonders Pediatric Therapy right here in Charlotte to better explain those updates. So Danielle, thanks for joining us. First, let's just explain what these new milestone updates from the CDC actually mean. What did they do?
So this is the first time they've been updated since 2004. They got rid of a lot of them. They've moved a third of the recommendations to different age groups. The goal from the CDC is to eliminate the wait and see approach, which a lot of the pediatricians use. But unfortunately, it's made it a little bit harder for parents to understand when intervention is needed.
Okay, and so what does that mean, or what specific milestones from looking at those recommendations that you saw were being pushed back? Is it more about speech and reading, or is it other types of benchmarks that you've noticed?
Yeah, notably changing the recommended number of words. So typically we expect 200 words around the 2-year mark. They're now recommending that at the 3-year mark and only 50 words at 2 years. So that could really impede speech development. Another milestone that they got rid of altogether was crawling, which as an OT, I know how important that is for development of other skills as the child grows.
And, it might be tough to say, especially since they haven't updated those recommendations since 2004. But do you think pandemic restrictions, of course, that we couldn't really avoid, like masks and a lack of socialization because daycares and schools were being shut down, do you think that that contributed to some of these developmental delays that now the CDC is having to reevaluate and say maybe we have to push those back?
Yeah, it's interesting. The research that they use to update the milestones is not really current research, but I think in our practice, we've definitely seen that restrictions with masks and decreased social interactions have really set our kids back with speech development as well as play skills and other essential developmental milestones.
So we obviously talked yesterday on the phone. We were setting up this interview. What is your industry's view of these updates? You mentioned the wait and see approach and how the CDC was kind of trying to push that back. What do other occupational therapists and speech therapists think about these updates, and how will you transfer that to your patients and parents?
Definitely. I mean, I think we're going to continue with the recommendations that we've been making, which are now not necessarily in line with the CDC. I think occupational therapists are definitely confused about the elimination of the crawling because of how important we know that is. And speech therapists are very concerned. I know there was a production from ASHA, the Association for Speech Therapy, about their recommendation not to align with this necessarily, but we just want to make sure that the kids who need intervention are able to get it in a timely manner, and the more we push that back, precious time is lost for that early intervention.
Yeah, most definitely. And Danielle, really quickly here, if a parent is concerned that maybe their children aren't meeting those benchmarks, where can they find you, and how should they move forward?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely reach out to us or any of your local speech or occupational therapists directly. Another resource would be the pediatrician. They can point you in the direction for a referral.